Welcome to Home, Space and Reason, a podcast about creating a home that thrives.
Hi there, I'm Christina Browning, your host.
If you know your home could be so much more than it is, I discuss home functionality, aesthetics, and automation. I'm a realtor in Portland, Oregon, and a home functionality coach. I geek out on every subject imaginable regarding your home and yard, challenging you to think of your space differently to get the most out of every square foot. I pose questions for you to think through about your space and your reason. This podcast is all positive, offering you virtual fist bumps and celebrating every win. Remember, there's no such thing as perfect, but you can still aim for your best every day. Join me on social media by searching for the handle Space and Reason.
Hello, friends. How are you? Forgive me, I have a cold, so it's going to sound a little muffled today. Listening to this podcast and hearing me tell you about my real estate life likely has you sometimes thinking about your home not only as a place to live, but also as a way to build wealth through home equity. Unfortunately, it's hard to predict a home's exact rate of appreciation because it's based on how many buyers might be looking for homes in your area when you're selling, or how many homes are on the market right now in your geography. If you want to make good choices in home projects, not just so your home functions well and you love being there for you and your family now, but also so that your home will be worth top dollar someday, let's talk about how to increase home value. When I am with buyers and we pull up to a home, I know immediately if this house has been well thought through, staged, cared for. The experience is palpable from the doorstep. The number one thing you can do, both for now and for the future, is to make your home more attractive. Homes that are beautiful always sell for more than homes that are not. What is making your home less beautiful? Sometimes asking it in that way is easier than asking yourself, how can I make my home more beautiful? Do I have anything that would constitute an eyesore? One whole side of your home might have peeling paint on the exterior because it's the side the sun beats down on the most. Perhaps the previous owners of your home did a DIY addition and cut a lot of corners. Many episodes back, I told you that one of the tricks I use is taking photos with my phone to see what I see differently. And oftentimes I realize this space needs something I did not realize when just looking at it with my eyes. Sometimes you can tell through the photo it needs less stuff or more color on the wall because this actually looks like primer right now. Sometimes I notice a plant somewhere in this frame would help, and it helps to soften the space and make it more beautiful. I still don't really understand why taking a photo helps me, but it does. So when determining if you've got anything that needs to be dealt with in the beautification of your home, this trick might help you too. Here's another thing to notice. When people come over to your house, what do you find yourself apologizing for? Oh, excuse the laundry room, you may hear yourself say every time someone strolls by it. This is an indicator you need to put some attention there. If the laundry is always piled up, let's roll up our sleeves and figure out why. Head over to my website, spaceandreason.com, and click on the Imagine link. And let's walk through this area together and maybe figure out why this area might be stumping you. It certainly could and should function better. It should stay more neat and tidy. Truth be told, if it's not working for you, it probably wouldn't be working for the next family either. So if we can get to the root of the problem, maybe it's the lighting, maybe it's the lack of counter space, maybe the washer and dryer are difficult to get to. Let's hash it out together. The main areas traditional buyers focus on are living rooms, kitchens, primary bedrooms, and bathrooms. Take stock of these areas. Do you love them? Are they functional? Is there enough light? Is there too much furniture? Does the room feel cohesive? Are things piling up in any of these areas? Imagine listing this home in the future. The number one photo, at least in the state of Oregon, is required to be the front of your house. So dialing in your curb appeal can help so much. If you can't attract buyers with that first main photo, there's not a chance they're going to click to see the photo of the rest of the house. They won't see the incredible game room complete with a mahogany bar and pool table because they haven't been lured in with that first curb appeal photo. What makes a property universally beautiful and attractive? What does the outside of your home say about you? It feels good to be proud of the home you live in, and I would love for you to up your curb appeal game to enjoy it while you live there, instead of waiting until you're ready to sell to think about it. Come geek out with me on landscaping, porches, color palettes, Adirondack chairs, and mailboxes in episode 25. I'll put a link in the show notes. The next thing that can help increase your home value is adding square footage or making a bigger space that might not be useful, divisible, and functional. If you have a massive primary bedroom and you spend precisely 0 time in there outside of sleeping, could you add a wall and create an additional storage closet or a workspace? Maybe a long, skinny room for your Peloton and stretching mats. Of course, this will all depend on how large your space is and if there are enough windows to include one in this new spot. But think on it. Let it marinate. Alternately, if you have a home built in the 1970s with small chopped up spaces, could you take out a wall so you don't have to feel like you're cooking in a box, away from where everyone else is? That's no fun. Maybe think of it this way. What spaces do I avoid and why? Can you make that space bigger, brighter, or more attractive? Adding energy efficiency isn't the most exciting way to increase home value, but promoting energy efficiency in home listings is very valuable, especially if buyers like 2 homes and are trying to make a decision, one over the other. Hey, I'm picking the one with solar panels if given the choice. If your heating or cooling equipment is getting up there in years, or maybe you don't have air conditioning at all, absolutely consider an energy efficient replacement or addition. What about a tankless water heater? If your windows are from the Roosevelt era and the wind whips through your foyer like you're at the beach, consider replacing your windows and doors. It can make the whole house feel like a different place. I find that Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day are the 3 big holidays for sales on home appliances and potentially windows. Here's another idea. If you've got an area in your yard where a plant has been struggling or has died, and you want to work with nature instead of against it, maybe consider an energy conservation approach. Choose something that doesn't need extra watering or ongoing care. Choose something that's native to your area. This is all stuff I would add into the wording in your listing. Hey, what if you start there and work backward? Write your ideal, dreamy listing description for your home, even if you're not selling for 10 years, and then set about making it real. Go do all the things you would need to make it actualize. As you have extra cash, knock out one at a time. Another way to boost the way it feels to live in your home and simultaneously make it more attractive to buyers a few years down the road is to replace old, inefficient appliances. Don't wait until you're selling. Enjoy them for now. Lastly, I wanted to mention decluttering because it honestly is no big deal when you get rid of one thing at a time and you keep chugging along week by week, getting rid of one more thing. By the time you're ready to list, you'll have less stuff to hide, less stuff to pack, less stuff to move, and quite literally half of the pain of moving is packing. So start piecing it out, one room at a time. The most packed room, the most busy room, the room that needs the most help. However you want to square it up in your head, and work on a way to easily rid yourself of the things that are no longer useful, helpful, or beautiful. Once you find that recipe for you, the thing that works for you, gift forward the items. We're not putting them in the landfill. We're not burying them in the ground. I enjoy the Buy Nothing page on Facebook. It becomes no big deal to baby step my way toward a more minimalist life with less clutter and chaos. This translates to a neat and tidy listing and a lovely, calm space appealing to potential buyers. Who do you know that might enjoy an intellectual and positive podcast all about homes and the act of living in them to their best and highest potential? Would you help me spread the word? I'd so appreciate it. And now for the questions to ask yourself about your home space and your reason. Of the 4 rooms, living room, kitchen, primary bedroom, and bathroom, which one needs the most help here in this house when it comes to looking beautiful or being functional? Start on this space and don't divert your attention anywhere else until you've completed the thing that bothers you the most about this space, or maybe do a partial or complete remodel of it. Question number 2, do I have any projects that will come to light during a buyer's inspection? Look, if you know you have an issue with your downspout on one side of the house, don't put your head in the sand and hope the inspector won't notice it. Letting your downspout continue to fail may actually cause you more headaches and far bigger fixes like foundation work. So jump in and get it dealt with. You will sleep better. Question number 3. Could I go in to ChatGPT and have it write a listing for my home and ask it to embellish it? Make it sound the best it could possibly be, and then work backwards. What did it add? Could you actually add that to your home in real life? Sometimes it's fun to play with this new technology and find out what it can dream up and then work backwards from that. So I sat down to write a listing description for a home that I was listing. And in the kitchen, it was, let's just say, not super exciting. And I really was uninspired. And so I went into ChatGPT and I said, I need a way to describe just a really large sink in an entertaining way. And here's what it gave me. And I loved it. Ready? Beautiful wood laminate floors downstairs, gourmet kitchen with stainless steel appliances, gas range, and an oversized sink that could swallow a small sea creature. So sometimes you can have fun with ChatGPT. And let me tell you, if I was the owner of this house, and I were looking for ways to make my space really attractive, that would have absolutely inspired me to put in an oversized sink that could swallow a small sea creature. Sometimes it's fun to jump online and read what other people are writing just for some inspiration. Like I said, write a dreamy description for your home, even if you're not selling, and then work backwards. Make all of those things be real. Every window in this abode is adorned with top-down, bottom-up blinds, granting you ultimate control. What are your blinds like? Are top-down, bottom-up blinds a possibility for you if you need to replace the current ones that you have? Ascend to the loft, a versatile oasis that can morph into an office of dreams, a teen gaming paradise, or a personal workout haven. This flex space can change with your needs. Do you have a space that you could talk about that way? Do you have an area that you never, ever use that could become a flex space if you just removed the chandelier? Think about it. I think it's really interesting to write the end listing and then work backwards. Spa-like primary suite with 2 closets, spacious shower, and dual sinks. If your primary bathroom needs attention, do you have dual sinks, or could you have dual sinks? Do you have a keyless entry? Do you have space where you could add storage? All of these things can be things that we highlight in your listing. So I think it's a really fun and interesting angle to think about it from there and then work backwards. If you have an Amazon Echo, you can say, play the Home Space and Reason podcast by Apple and easily listen on any Echo or Dot. You can also say, play Home Space and Reason from yesterday on Apple Podcasts. You can say, skip backward 30 seconds, or you can say, play the previous episode. What word comes to mind when you hear the words home office? Dread, chaos, piles, utilitarian. From the location of your office to your office door, the paint color, the technology, the desk, the layout, and the lighting, let's deep dive into the subject of making your home office the best it can be and even preventing burnout. Let's set it up for great workflow and creativity. Your home office can feel good. It can look good. It can function well. If you're looking for home office inspiration, have a listen to episode 29. If you happen to know someone in the market to buy or sell in the greater metro Portland, Oregon area, kindly send them my way. The finest compliment I could receive is the confidence of your referral. Thanks for hanging out today, friends. I'll meet you back here for the next episode.